What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some work on the GS. Nothing really wrong with the car per se. I'm going to be just changing up some stuff. Let me see. So car now has been running for about a year. I've had minor little issues which I had to correct along the way. I've had a couple bad coils. What else? I think that's basically the only issue I've had that I really had to correct. But what we're doing right now, I'm just going to change up a couple stuff. I plan to get the car back to the dyno shortly. As if you guys remember, we did dyno it once I completed the build. We broke the motor in on the dyno pretty much. We made about 600 at 24 pounds of boost. That was with the stock exhaust. Since then, I've had the 4-inch downpipe with the full 4-inch exhaust with the 2 vibrant mufflers in the back. So I haven't dynoed it since then. What else? I'm going to be swapping out the valve covers. I'm having a little issue with the valve covers where at high RPM, high boost, it tends to push a lot of oil into the catch can. I think that's a combination of the GE valve covers, the baffles in the GE valve covers, and also the location of where I have my catch can. My catch can is pretty much sitting lower than the engine, so I think it's creating like a siphon effect, and when the oil gets backed up there because the head doesn't return it quickly enough, it gets sucked in there. So I'm going with some billet valve covers. I might also change the location of the catch can and put it over there where everybody else has theirs, pretty much on the Supras and the GSs. I might also change the catch can, not because anything is wrong with the catch can, just to get something square that will fit in this area and look a little better. For this area, I'm also going to clean up those wires. I'm going to put most of those wires into the engine bay. Into the engine bay, inside the car, in the glove box area. And then on this side, I noticed recently, let me see if I could get a light. I'm missing a bolt right there for the intake manifold, and one right there also. So I'm going to take the intake manifold off. I'm going to inspect that, make sure the gasket is good, Loctite all the bolts. What else? I'm gonna delete the heater. I don't use the heater. So back here I got a fit in. Got a fit in from Rad, which is this one, which converts that to AN. So I'm gonna put that back there, and then the pipe that goes here, I'm gonna convert that to AN. So I'm gonna have this just looping into that. I'm gonna have to take the turbo off to get, well, I don't have to, but I'm gonna take the turbo off and the manifold to get to that pipe, just so I could inspect everything, inspect the turbo, inspect the lines, everything, make sure the gasket there is no leak. Yeah, so pretty much some maintenance stuff. I want to paint the paint or powder coat the radiator black, so I'm gonna be doing that. And then once I do all of that stuff, obviously I'm getting rid of the valve covers, I'm getting rid of the camo. So I might do something else, some other parts to bring the camo back into the whole system. So yeah, it's just a little bit of cosmetics, and I guess you could say a little bit of maintenance. Nothing really wrong with the car per se. So let's jump right into it. Gonna go ahead and take the valve covers and the intake manifold off. Let's jump into the time lapse. All right, so we got the intake manifold off. Valve covers are off. Got the wires over there pretty much moved. Got the harness here. So yeah, making some progress. I did notice a couple things. Intake manifold was definitely leaking. Let's put this here on the table. So you can see here, I got a good imprint from the cylinder head to the intake manifold. This was the side that goes to the, cylinder head to the intake manifold. Or this is the side that sits on the cylinder head. So I got a good imprint. You can see here, good imprint, good imprint, good imprint. This one is pretty faint. Actually, it looks like it wasn't making any good contact. Here is about halfway, and then this one. So that's consistent with the bolt was missing here and the bolt was missing here. They were there originally. Whether they shook loose and came out or I didn't tighten them to begin with, I'm not sure what happened there. But definitely you could see that there was a leak, boost leak / vacuum leak from there. So gonna correct that, gonna get a little longer bolts and put some Loctite on the bolts when I put them in. I did not put Loctite when I originally put the manifold on. I remembered I didn't, and I'm going to now. Looks like I also had a oil leak. You can see from the valve cover, it looks like right there. So a little bit of oil leak, some new valve cover gasket. Besides that, everything else looks good. Cam lobes look pretty good. Inside the valves, everything there looked good. Inside the cylinder, inside the head, everything looks good. Timing belt looks good. So yeah, making some progress here. Next, I think I'm gonna remove the turbo and the manifold next. I want to change out these bolts to titanium. As you can see, they're starting to rust in this color. So I'm going to change out these bolts to titanium. So I'm going to take the turbo and the manifold off. And then this is the pipe here. So I'm deleting the heater, deleting this and this. I'm going to cap them off. And then this one I got to fit in, convert this to AN. I have to weld the AN bung on this one. And then I'll run this into this. So that's going to be for that in the back. That's going to make it a lot cleaner than the wires I had going across. I'm going to run those wires, that's this. I'm going to run that in the car and then under the dash to that side. So that way it's a little bit cleaner, clean up the engine bay some. I don't think I'm going to move the fuse box. I'm going to leave the fuse box. I might put the catch can over there. I'll see how that looks. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one or put another one of the square ones. In that corner. I'll see, but for right now, got everything off. Got the turbo, got the manifold off. Everything looks good on this side, no visible leaks. And I'm gonna swap these studs and bolts out. Got some ARP ones coming on the way. And then this is the coolant pipe I was talking about. So this one normally goes to here for the heater. What I'm gonna do is cut this one, weld a 8AN bung on there, and then I got the fitting back there on already, just to test fit. So I'm gonna run an AN from here to the fitting there, so that way it could recirculate back and it doesn't have a dead spot, a heat soaked spot just sitting back there. So yeah, so I got to get this pipe off, cut and welded the AN bung on there. Gonna clean up these wires a little bit on this side and pretty much just clean everything up. Like I said, everything on this side looks good. There was no visible leaks. Everything on the manifold looks good also. And the manifold there with the wastegate, everything looked good there. So yeah, just gonna clean that up a little bit, clean up these wires on this side a little bit more, and go from there. Made some progress here on the wire harness. So I got it separated. All of this was outside. This is now going inside. to the passenger side by the glove box. And then all of this I separated, pretty much cut this down to half the size. So I'm gonna go ahead and loom everything up, get it routed back inside, and then start working on the fuse box inside. I also got the pipe, also got the coolant pipe modified. Got it welded with an AN fitting. Welded with an AN fitting. Cleaned it up and hit it with some black spray. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on too in a little bit. So yeah, making some progress, moving along. So guys, in the midst of everything else that I'm doing to the car, I have a lot of stuff off. I've decided that I'm gonna try to paint the engine bay a little bit. In the future, I'm gonna get it professionally painted once I get the car painted, because I do plan to get the car painted over later on. But for right now, I have a lot of stuff off the engine bay already. I'm not gonna take the engine out to send it to get painted, but I decided, hey, why not? So I sanded down somewhat, cleaned it up, covered up pretty much most of what I can cover up, and I went ahead and got this, which is a 2K spray. Comes with the hardener and with the spray, so it should be pretty good. Gonna go ahead and give that a shot, see how it comes out. So yeah, something else added to the list of things to do. It actually cleaned up pretty good. Everything is smooth, everything is nice. I'm just gonna hit those spots and see how it comes out. I mean, it could only look better than the way it was before. I don't think it could look much worse. So I'll show you guys pretty much how it looks once I get it sprayed. But yeah, covered up pretty much everything that I don't want spray to hit. I'm not gonna hit anything back there, just really that corner, the top shock tower, and the front top and the front and down there. Basically those spots were, they had a lot of, as you can see, they have a lot of chip and fade and stuff like that. So just gonna hit it, give it a nice little touch up, and see how it comes out. So this is the after for the paint. Actually came out pretty good. Let it sit overnight, so it's dry now. So yeah, looks way better than it did before, so can't complain about that. Looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and throw some stuff back on in there. Guys, I'm kind of all over the place with this video. So I got a couple stuff thrown on and the engine bay to kind of look how everything looks. Got those going down there to cover the holes. On this side is where I had my catch can. I had a hole there, so what I did, I came up with a little mesh situation. So I'm still gonna get some cool air coming from outside to the filter there, so I repurposed that hole. Waiting on the catch can that's gonna go back there. It's a one-up performance catch can. It's made for a Gs300. I think I might have to change the bracket a little bit to make it work, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Waiting to get that. The cover for here, I went ahead and sent that out to get hydro dipped in the white camel, because as you can see, I have different valve covers. Autosport Engineering, shout out to them. Got a set of valve covers with the coil cover. The coil cover is also sent out to get some work done to it. Front cover also, because as you know, the valve covers on mine had the hydro. So getting rid of that, so I'm throwing back some color in there. Got the radiator painted. That came out really nice. Again, the engine bay, super happy with the result of that. That came out super nice. What else? I did so much stuff, guys, that I didn't record. So the wire harness, we got that moved inside. Pretty much back there. It's just the brake cables, which I lowered because they were up here. So I lowered those behind the head, and one ground that's going over there. We got the the line here with the AN fitting. So everything is nice there. We got the ARP studs in. We got the intake manifold on. Wire harness, again, we routed that inside. Let's take a look at that. So that's coming inside. That's gonna go to my cluster, the fuel tech cluster. And then the rest of the stuff we have routed here and going over there to the fuse box. This is what I did. This is my glove box. As you can see, what I did here, let's bring this over here. I got the fuse box inside the glove box. So this was outside in the little corner back there in the passenger side with a bunch of wires. Didn't like how that looked, so we got that now in the glove box. We got the harness there, and we got all the plugs there. So that's gonna be tucked away in the back. We got the harness routed here, so super clean. You're not gonna see too much wires on that end, so I could actually start putting back everything in here because everything is routed the way it should. So yeah, what else? So that's basically where we are right now. I'm still waiting. I'm gonna have to wait on these parts to come back, probably about another week or so. This car has been down. The videos I've put together, I think the car has been down like 3 weeks already. I've just been piecing videos here and there. I've been waiting on the valve covers. What else? Yeah, it's pretty much where we at. So I could start putting back. I could put the fan. I could put the pipe for this side. I could put the pipe for there. I could start putting back stuff while I wait on the other stuff. But yeah, so far super happy with the result of how everything came out and moving along nicely. Once I clean up inside, I'll show you guys how it looks with everything back together. You won't see any wires. I'll show you the glove box once it's installed and how the fuse box look inside there. And hopefully the next clip I'll show is when I get the parts back from Hydro Dip. I'll show you guys how those look. But yeah, coming along nicely. Alright guys, so got the parts back from Dip, and man, super happy with how everything came out. Fuse box, the shock tower cover, fuse box cover, front cover. This one I really like how this came out with the seed money. Shout out to Autosport Engineering. This is an Autosport Engineering cover. They did the engraving for me, and then I just throw on the little spice on there. But super happy with how this came out. Got the edges done like all the way around. Right there. And then clear coated the whole thing. Super nice. So let's go ahead and throw these parts on and see how they look in the engine bay. This is currently how the engine bay is sitting. So take a mental shot of that, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw the parts on with some YouTube magic. So we got everything on. Fuse box cover, got the coil cover, Autosport Engineering with the custom engraving. Both timing covers right there, fuse box over there. So that's basically how it looks. To be quite honest, I'm not 100% happy with the front cover. I think it looks too much. I might go back black with the timing covers right there. This one is a little bit off with the color, as you can see. I think what happened was it might have had some oil residue still in the plastic when he did it, and it got that yellowish tint. But I think the front right there, in my opinion, looks a little bit overpowering. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think I'm gonna go back black with both this one and the top one. See how it looks. Besides that, everything else looked good, came out really great. I had those on before. This one I had the catch can here, if you guys remember, with a hole. So instead of covering that up, what I did, I got a little mesh and I put that there so at least the filter could get some additional cool air. So yeah, that's pretty much how it looks. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Custom engraving, that's super nice. I like that. I'm thinking to go back black with the front covers. Leave everything else as is. Front cover is back to black. At least the middle one that has the yellowish tint to it. Again, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, this is how she's looking right now. Let's see if that lasts or how long that lasts for. So guys, I got here a 1UP Performance catch can. This is a catch can for Gs300. I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this fit in the GS. It's gonna go next to the fuse box on the passenger side. So right over there in that corner. The brackets are made for the Gs300. I already know I'm gonna have to get rid of this one. Gonna see how these two fit. So first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and cut this one off, because this one's not gonna work. And then I'll try to line up these two and see how I could use those two. And maybe have to put another bracket on this side. Well, yeah, nice looking piece. Maybe if I get it working without a lot of cutting and stuff, I might send the information over to 1UP and see if they want to add the brackets so that way it works for the GS. A beautiful piece. 1UP Fabrication. Okay, so as far as the catch can go, I did get the catch can to work. Again, that's the 1UP Fabrication catch can made for the Gs300. I had to drill a hole there, added a riv nut, and also drill a hole there and added a riv nut. The bracket on this side, I didn't cut it. I was able to just bend it down so it would fit. So got that to fit. I did speak to 1UP, send them some information, send them some pictures. They are gonna maybe see if they could get a GS in-house to make some additional brackets, because as far as size-wise, the catch can fits perfectly in the GS as it would in the IS. The only difference is the mounting bracket. So they are gonna see if they could get a GS in-house to make some new brackets and new mounting points. So this should be available soon with the correct brackets from 1UP Fabrication. So look out for that. Look out for that to come soon. So yeah, catch can is installed. Hydro dip parts are installed. Fuse box did get that completed. So let me show you guys that one. So fuse box right there with inside the glove box. I did mount the amp here so that way I could get more space for the wires back there. So yeah, that closes, works perfectly as it should. I gotta put back on all of that once I'm done. And again, this works as it should. Got the fuse box here. Boom, very accessible. So if I need to access anything, I can, and out of sight. So yeah, that's pretty much how we're looking there with everything going on here. Again, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the front right there, if you guys like that or not. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Pretty much did everything I wanted to do. I got the wires taken care of over there. I got the ARP hardware here on the manifold. What else did I do? I got the intake manifold taken care of with the leak that we had right there. Got the stuff dipped. Billet valve covers and coil covers from Autosport Engineering. Got everything dipped. So yeah, pretty much did everything I wanted to do with this little work I have here. So the next video coming up, I am going to take this back to the dyno and retune the car and see what she makes. So look out for that video coming soon. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you like the content, like and subscribe, share the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. How could I close the video out without giving you guys a little idle video?